Welcome to this video. In our last video, we were considering vector spatial analysis and we were looking at buffer. In this video, we are going to continue, but this time around, we are going to look at interpolation. So what is spatial interpolation? Spatial interpolation is a process of using points with known values to estimate values of other known places. If you look at the picture here, we're able to see temperature, all right? Looking at taking values from different points, different strategic points and locations, we're able to analyze the possible temperatures of other zones, okay? So, for example, again, if you have a precipitation map for your country, it is not evenly spread because we don't have weather station for the entire region. But with spatial interpolation, you can pick all of these results, recording either temperature or rainfall amount, and you can predict and determine the results of other places. So right now we'll go into our software and we'll look at how we can make interpolations with QGIS. Okay, here is our QGIS software. I have created this points shapefile that has a number of temperature values. All right, but before we proceed, I would like to populate for these null values. If you remember in our earlier video, we have talked about editing a shapefile. I want to add what is missing. So you can take this as a refresher. If you notice what I did, I toggled on the edit pencil and that gave me access to edit the attributes of this point shapefile. And as you are seeing, I am editing it and I think we are set. So to save this, I just click back on the pencil and it prompts me to save. I think we have a complete data now for all the other places and we can close this out. So back to our software. Notice if you try to run the interpolation on this temperature data, it's not going to work. And there's a reason why it's not going to work. This is because it is not in a projected coordinate system. It is not in a projected coordinate system. It's in a geographic coordinate system. And you cannot run interpolation on vector data sets in geographic coordinate system. You have to project them to projected coordinate system, and we're going to do that again, though we've done it in previous videos. How you simply do it, you just export it and hit projected, and then you choose the coordinate system you wanted, and this is a projected coordinate system that works for that location, and we add it to the map. It's been added to our map, so I can now, it's safe to remove this one since I'm not working with it anymore. Now let's go straight into the interpolation. First of all, let's look at our attribute table. As we can see, this is the column we are going to be using to run the interpolation so that we can have the prediction of temperatures across the entire region just with points. All right. So right now, you can come to your processing toolbox. If you do not have this on your screen, I'm going to show you how to add it to your screen. What you simply do is you come to processing menu. On your menu bar, you come to processing, and under it there is the toolbox, of course, and you come down to interpolation and you'll find IDW. However, you could also search in case you do not know where it is. And now let's click open it. It has automatically selected for us the layer that we want to use, and here we get to select the field in the shapefile that we're going to be using to run the interpolation. So we have selected our temp field, which holds a temperature in Celsius, and we are going to click on the plus to add that field. All right, and of course it's a point. Again, we are also going to determine the extent, and we are going to be using the extent of from the layer. Now it's going to come out as a square. However, if you want to clip it to have a particular shape, you will use a polygon shapefile and use it to clip the output. All right, yes, and then here you should just keep it at 5, and that is fine. And of course, you can save this to a file, or you can choose to save it temporarily on the QGIS software. And if you are satisfied with the result, you now save it to a file. All right, so I'll leave it at save to temporary file. And then we are set, and we can run our interpolation. And there we go. We have our interpolation run. However, let's play around with this data a little bit. Let's go to properties and change the color. You can change it to pseudo color, and you can choose, okay, let's leave it at linear for now. You can choose a color ramp that works for you. You can choose a color ramp that works for you. I think, oh no. Okay. I think this is fine. Let's apply it to see what it looks like. Okay. Okay, so what does this mean? It means, okay, it doesn't really give us what we would like. So we're going to change the color ramp. It is indicating that the higher values are blue and the smaller values are red, which is not a representation of heat in itself. You know, you choose color ramps based on what you are trying to explain. We don't just do maps, but let our maps have a meaning. So you can either invert the color ramp, which makes most sense. Here we can clearly see the places that have the cooler temperatures and see the places that have the hotter temperatures based on the points, the interpolation points, the temperature points. So to make it more interesting, I'm going to put this point above it so that you can see where the values are coming from. So this is a clear example of interpolation. Okay, and you can begin to probe further to find out why we have the temperatures at those regions. What is the cosine effect? All right. And also, if you look at this base map, you can see this is where we're having most of it, and this is a built-up area. Fumes and all of that could lead to why we are having a higher temperature at those locations. We've come to the end of this video, and I hope you have learned something in this introduction to GIS course. Soon I'm going to update and create a new course for beginners to advanced level. Just stay tuned and you're going to get the notification for it. I'll see you in my subsequent videos. And thank you.